Hey Spotlight fam, welcome back to the fastest news rundown on the planet. The world keeps spinning, and the headlines are hotter than ever. We're diving headfirst into the stories that everyone's talking about, the moments that are shaping our conversations, and the updates you absolutely cannot afford to miss. From personal revelations that are making waves to industry shifts that could change everything, we've got it all covered. Get ready for a whirlwind tour of what's happening right now, because here at Cyrus Spotlight, we don't just report the news, we bring you the energy behind it. So buckle up, stay sharp, and let's get into it. First up, a major revelation from a global superstar about family and relationships that's got everyone talking. Then, we're shifting gears to explore a candid admission about the realities of life on the road. We've also got a fascinating family dynamic coming into focus, and you won't believe the dating advice that's causing a stir. This is your essential briefing, so make sure you're subscribed and have that notification bell on. Let's go. A superstar's scathing critique of motherly love. In a revelation that's sending ripples through the entertainment world, global music icon Miley Cyrus has openly discussed her complex relationship with her mother, Tish Cyrus, particularly concerning dating advice. The Flowers singer has revealed that she believes her mother gave her wrong advice regarding romantic partners, specifically highlighting a preference for men based on their physical appearance, such as being tall. This candid disclosure sheds light on the internal dynamics and differing perspectives within the Cyrus family, offering a rare glimpse into the personal life of a highly public figure. The comments, made in a recent interview, suggest a significant divergence in how Miley and Tish approach relationships and what they prioritize in a partner. Miley's emphasis on looking beyond superficial qualities, like height, indicates a desire for deeper compatibility and perhaps a more mature outlook on love, contrasting with what she perceives as her mother's potentially superficial guidance. This isn't the first time family matters have been in the spotlight for the Cyrus clan, with Tish herself recently marrying Prison Break actor Dominic Purcell, a move that Miley has reportedly kept her distance from. The narrative around Miley's dating history has often been a subject of public fascination, with her relationships frequently dissected by media and fans alike. Her past high-profile relationships have been marked by intense scrutiny, and her current reflections suggest a thoughtful process of learning from past experiences, even if that learning involves critiquing the advice of a close family member. The implication that her mother's advice was not only wrong, but also prioritized superficial traits like height speaks volumes about the kind of relationships Miley has navigated and perhaps the pressures she has felt to conform to certain societal or familial expectations. It raises questions about the influence of parental guidance on adult children, especially when those children are navigating the often turbulent waters of romantic relationships under the intense glare of the public eye. The discussion also touches upon the broader theme of generational differences in perspectives on love and partnership, with younger generations often seeking different qualities in a partner than older generations might have. This interview moment provides a compelling narrative thread, positioning Miley as someone who is not afraid to articulate her boundaries and lessons learned, even when it involves challenging her own mother's counsel. It's a powerful statement about self-discovery and the importance of forging one's own path in love and life, regardless of who is offering the advice. Audience impact. Fans are buzzing online, with many sharing their own experiences with parental dating advice and praising Miley for her honesty. Analysts note this could signal a broader conversation about generational differences in relationship priorities. But will this be the last we hear about these family dynamics? Next, we're diving into a surprisingly candid admission from an artist about the very real challenges of life on tour. The unspoken truths of touring life. In a candid and somewhat surprising admission that has resonated deeply within the music community, a prominent artist has openly discussed the personal toll and logistical complexities of life on the road. The artist, who has a global fan base eagerly awaiting potential tour, revealed a significant internal conflict. While possessing the physical capability and the numerous opportunities to embark on extensive concert tour, they fundamentally lack the desire to do so. This statement, delivered with a notable degree of introspection, goes beyond a simple preference and delves into the systemic issues that the artist believes plague the modern touring infrastructure. I have the physical ability, I have the opportunities to tour. I wish I had the desire, but I don't, the artist stated plainly. This confession immediately sparked a wave of discussion among fans and industry professionals alike, many of whom have long admired the artist's work and anticipated the chance to see them perform live. However, the artist didn't stop at expressing a personal lack of enthusiasm. They also pointed a finger at the broader ecosystem supporting touring musicians. I also don't think there's an infrastructure that actually supports artists on tour, they elaborated. This crucial addition shifts the narrative from a purely personal struggle to a critique of the industry itself. It suggests that the demands of touring, the grueling schedules, the constant travel, the pressure to maintain peak performance, and the often opaque financial arrangements are not adequately supported by the systems in place. This could encompass everything from the availability of adequate rest and mental health resources to fair compensation for the immense effort involved and the environmental impact of such large-scale operations. The artist's statement implies that the romanticized image of touring, often presented to the public, might not align with the reality faced by many artists behind the scenes. For an artist at their level, the decision not to tour is not taken lightly and likely stems from a deep consideration of their well-being and a critical assessment of the industry's current state. This perspective offers a valuable counterpoint to the constant demand for live performances, encouraging a more nuanced understanding of the sacrifices artists make. It also opens up a dialogue about how the music industry could evolve to better support its performers, ensuring that touring is a sustainable and healthy endeavor, rather than a potential burnout-inducing obligation. The artist's willingness to voice these concerns, despite the potential backlash or disappointment from fans, highlights a growing trend of artists prioritizing their mental and physical health and advocating for better industry practices. This conversation is vital for the future of live music and the well-being of the artists who bring it to us. Audience impact. Fans are expressing a mix of disappointment and understanding, with many supporting the artist's stance on mental health and industry reform. Industry insiders are weighing in, acknowledging the validity of the artist's concerns about tour infrastructure. It's a tough business, but what happens when family becomes part of the show? Up next, we're looking at a unique family sit-down that's giving us all the behind-the-scenes feels. A family affair, unpacking the Cyrus clan dynamics. Miley Cyrus, the global pop sensation known for her boundary-pushing artistry and evolving public persona, recently sat down with her mother, Tish Cyrus, and her sisters, Brandi and Noah Cyrus, for an intimate interview with The Cut. This rare family gathering offered a candid glimpse into the dynamics and relationships within one of Hollywood's most talked-about families. The interview, which touched upon various personal and professional aspects of their lives, highlighted the unique bond and shared experiences that have shaped them. For Miley, the conversation provided an opportunity to discuss not only her own journey, but also her family's influence and presence throughout it. The setting itself, a sit-down with her mother and sisters, signifies a moment of shared reflection and open communication, a stark contrast to the often private nature of celebrity family life. In the context of her recent comments about her mother's dating advice, this interview likely provided further nuance to their relationship. It's within these personal conversations that the complexities of familial support, differing life philosophies, and the impact of growing up in the public eye are often most clearly articulated. The presence of her sisters, Brandi and Noah, also adds layers to the narrative, as they too have navigated their own paths in the entertainment industry, often in the shadow of their famous father, Billy Ray Cyrus, and sister, Miley. Their collective experiences offer a multi-generational perspective on fame, family, and personal growth. The interview likely explored themes of sisterhood, the challenges of maintaining relationships amidst demanding careers, and the evolution of their family unit over the years. It's a chance for them to present a united front, or at least a more comprehensive picture of their interconnected lives, moving beyond the tabloid headlines and curated public images. For fans, these moments are invaluable, offering a more human and relatable dimension to the stars they admire. Understanding the foundation of support, or perhaps the tensions, within a family can provide context for an artist's work and public statements. The choice to engage in such a public discussion with her immediate family suggests a level of comfort and a desire to share a more authentic narrative, potentially addressing past public perceptions or simply celebrating their enduring familial connections. It's a strategic move that humanizes the Cyrus brand and allows for a more controlled narrative around their personal lives. The interview serves as a powerful reminder that even amidst global stardom and individual success, family remains a central pillar, influencing identity, decisions, and the very fabric of their lives. Audience impact. Fans are loving this peek behind the curtain, with many commenting on the sisters' resemblance and the warm family vibe. Social media is abuzz with appreciation for the Cyrus family's candidness. Family advice is one thing, but what about advice that leads you down the wrong path? Get ready, because next we're revealing the surprisingly specific dating advice that's causing quite a stir. The tall truth when dating advice goes awry. In a candid revelation that has sparked widespread discussion, global superstar Miley Cyrus has openly criticized the dating advice she received from her mother, Tish Cyrus, stating that it was fundamentally wrong. The core of this critique centers on a perceived prioritization of superficial qualities in potential partners, with Miley specifically calling out her mother's alleged advice to be with men who were tall and hot. This intimate detail, shared in a recent interview, offers a poignant insight into the familial dynamics and differing perspectives on relationships within the Cyrus household. Miley's willingness to publicly voice this disagreement highlights a significant divergence in values regarding romantic partnerships. While her mother, according to Miley, focused on outward appearances and physical attributes like height, Miley appears to be advocating for a more substance-driven approach to dating. This suggests a personal evolution and a desire for connections that transcend mere physical attraction, perhaps emphasizing emotional compatibility, shared values, or intellectual connection. The specific mention of tall men as a criterion for advice is particularly striking, as it underscores a potentially superficial or conventional standard that Miley feels did not serve her well. It raises questions about the influence of societal beauty standards and traditional dating expectations, and how these might be passed down or reinforced within families. For Miley, who has navigated high-profile relationships under intense public scrutiny, learning from past experiences, even if it means critiquing the guidance of a close family member, is a powerful statement about self-awareness and agency. Her comments imply that adhering to such advice may have led her down paths that were not ultimately fulfilling or aligned with her own needs and desires. This situation also touches upon the broader theme of intergenerational communication and differing views on relationships. What one generation considers important in a partner might not resonate with another, especially as societal norms and personal priorities evolve. Miley's perspective suggests a rejection of outdated or superficial criteria in favor of a more authentic and personally meaningful approach to love. It's a testament to her growth and her commitment to defining her own romantic journey, rather than simply following prescribed rules. The candidness with which she shared this personal critique underscores her evolving public persona as someone who values honesty and authenticity, even when it involves potentially sensitive family matters. This narrative arc positions Miley not just as a performer, but as an individual who actively learns, grows, and sets her own standards in all aspects of her life, including her romantic relationships. Audience impact. Social media is ablaze with reactions, with many users sharing their own experiences of receiving questionable dating advice from family members. The conversation highlights a generational divide in relationship priorities. So, from dating advice to career choices, the Cyrus family has a lot to talk about. Stay tuned for our outro, where we'll wrap up all these stories and give you the full picture. And that's a wrap on today's Essential Updates. We heard Miley Cyrus calling out her mom's dating advice, revealing a preference for looks over substance. Then, we got a real look at touring life, with an artist admitting they have the ability but not the desire, citing infrastructure issues. We also saw a rare family sit-down with Miley, Tish, Brandi, and Noah, giving us a peek into their dynamics. Finally, we dove deep into that dating advice, with Miley saying she was told to go for the wrong guy because he was hot. Don't miss out on any of the action. Hit that like button, subscribe to Cyrus Spotlight for more, ring that notification bell so you're always in the loop, drop a comment below telling us your thoughts, and make sure to follow us on all our socials.